Wait just a gosh darn minute. I thought that you weren't a fan of horror. I'm usually not. Then why did we go watch I Know What You Did Last Summer? Because it's one of those series that has become iconic. No, stop using that word. Popular is more accurate. Popular, I know about popular. Oh my gosh, focus. We're talking about I Know What You Did Last Summer. Okay, so did you like it? No. That's it? Just no? Nope. I didn't like it. It's essentially a remake of the original with more jump scares. A lot more jump scares. And some were just for the sake of having a jump scare. There was no rhyme or reason. Come on. At least seeing the original characters was fun, wasn't it? No. I want a compelling story, not a stroll down, the studio paid me enough money so I returned to this hideous movie lane. Well, I liked it. Yeah, well, you like everything. But please share, what did you like? I liked that it made me feel poor. Hang on a second. You liked that you felt poor? Yeah, the expensive parties, the luxury houses, it all just made me feel so inferior. I'm confused. Why is that a good thing? Well, hear me out for just 1 second. The less an audience relates to a character, the more ridiculous they can be. That is some twisted logic. That, I guess, makes sense in a morbid kind of way. I mean, let's be honest. Those day-in-the-life videos aren't much fun if they are from the perspective of people who aren't excessive.
We buy all our games from Goodwill because they are much cheaper.
How did Deborah Sampson disguise herself to fight in the Revolutionary War? Ages 7? Who knows that? Ages 7 and up? Who knows that?
We don't buy shaving cream because water is much cheaper. We wear fake lays because...
Well, your humiliation preference aside, the movie was ridiculous. It was a lot more than just horror tropes. It was a good example of how not to make a movie of any kind. Well, give me some examples. The writing was awful. Finish this line. If you don't change your trauma will change you. I remember that line. That is literally a comedy line from Mystery Men. If you care for what is outside, what is inside cares for you. Or why, when you have the villain on the ground, would you then get off the villain and walk away slowly to allow the villain to recover, get his weapon, and continue his deadly pursuit? It doesn't make sense. Well, maybe he was scared. If you were scared and on top of the villain, you most likely would smash his face or something. You wouldn't just let him up. Uh-oh. It kind of feels like a rant is forming. Why are there cameras in the graveyard? Especially one as small as they were in. It's so stupid. If you are being chased out in the open, why would you run to a small enclosed area to escape? It's so stupid. Why would a killer reveal themselves to the victim just to monologue? It's so stupid. Well, remember what we said before. Monologuing is important. It's part of the villain vow. I'm not going to hurt you now. I'm going to put you on a sleigh and make you work very hard once a year. But you know what's really the worst part? And I think that you should agree with me on this. There weren't enough false villain reveals. The music and sound was terrible. It was either ridiculous in that it didn't fit the mood, or it was sensory overload and took the audience out of the moment. I will agree with you on that. The mood-setting music was not good. They just needed to dial it back a little. We don't need heavy music all the time. But the worst part was the ending. You didn't like the twist ending with the surprise reveal? That was predictable, but fine. What I hated was the false ending. It was during the day instead of at night. The villain took off the iconic slicker only to monologue. And then, none of the main characters were even involved in the final conflict. Why? Why build those characters up just to remove them at the end? It's so stupid. Nostalgia. You know, I'm kind of getting tired of that as an excuse to include ridiculous things in movies. But people love nostalgia. I guarantee you that a lot of people saw it because Freddie Prinze Jr., Jennifer Love Hewitt, and Sarah Michelle Gellar were all in it. This is a movie for fans of the franchise and only fans of the franchise. Well, I want to watch it again. Absolutely not. I would rather watch the new Smurfs movie. Wait, there's a new Smurfs movie? When can we go see it? I guess I shouldn't have said anything.